From bread bakers and cake bakers to creative podcast hosts. That's right. Hello and welcome back to the TallTales podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Becky.
And I'm Angus. And this week we are joined by a very special guest. She is the director and creator of Sprout, illustrator and visionary, creating amazing animation using her brilliant design skills. Welcome, Emily.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
How are you?
Not bad.
Welcome to the TallTales podcast. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
It's okay.
For those people at home who sort of might not know everything about you, can you sort of just explain to them who are you and sort of what you do as a creative?
Everything. Right. I'm Emily. I was born in the UK. No, I am technically a product designer, but I dabble in graphics, I dabble in animation, I dabble in illustration. I just do whatever I think is fun, sort of.
Oh, what kind of got you into starting designing and stuff? What do you think?
It is the one class I really, really enjoyed at school.
That's what we were saying last week, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
something that we enjoyed in school, so it's something we prevailed further in life.
I also really enjoyed maths, but both of my parents are very mathsy, so I was like, oh, I don't want to just do that.
I feel like as a child, you kind of don't want to do what your parents do.
No.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
You always I think it's sort of almost the rebellion side. You want to sort of do your own thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to copy my parents, so I'm going to do what I want.
I want to do me.
Go to bed, Angus. No, I'm not going to go to bed.
Go to bed. Okay, don't go to bed. I'm going to bed.
I bet you're an annoying little child.
I was actually a really good, well-behaved child.
Oh. Were you a well-behaved child, Emily? When you were younger, I could see. Yeah. I think you were. We live with Emily, and we've known you for I don't know how long now.
3?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. Yeah. And we met on the course, didn't we? And then
Yeah.
found out we all lived in the same accommodation. And then it was.
You're not getting rid of me.
And we've all stuck together ever since.
Yeah.
I don't think we've interviewed one of the housemates yet. No, because we picked last
we've only
week.
done one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just slowly pick your way through them.
Yeah.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
one by one.
Well, I think we're very lucky to have I think we've all got a very creative circle at the moment.
We do.
Yeah.
So because of that, and we're doing this podcast, we're so lucky because we can sort of reach out to people who we know,
Yeah.
in our close circle, and it might sound like we're just sort of going to our friends, asking our friends to come on, but we're lucky in that regard because all our friends are just so creative and do different creative things.
It's true. We have such a creative friend group, don't
it
we?
is good, yeah.
There's so many people that just do mostly product designers. Because
Yeah.
Emily is a fellow product designer like myself.
Oh, yes.
And then, we've got so many others. But it's good to have, and they're also supportive of what we do, and I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
supporting us, and thank you
Yeah.
for being here.
No problem.
Shall I do the icebreaker?
I think it's probably a good time to do that.
Sounds good. Okay, so as you've said, you're the creator and director of Sprout, which is your very own graphic design company, and that is so cool. So, as you chose a vegetable for your name, we'll get into that later on why you chose Sprout, because I'm very intrigued. I'd love to know. That got us thinking, and we were like, well, if the name of your company is Sprout, then if you could be any vegetable in the world, what would you be and why?
Right. Yeah, I've been thinking long and hard about this question, and I don't know. I thought I was going to be a carrot because I'm ginger and not very creative in that area. But yeah, that felt too obvious. So I think probably a sweet potato.
A sweet
Ooh.
potato?
Yeah, because it is orange.
I do
but
see
it's
that.
also a little bit of a niche vegetable.
That's
Yeah.
true, but it's also it's sweet, sort of. Is a sweet
Yeah.
potato sweet?
Yeah, it's in the name. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's sweeter than a normal potato,
Oh yeah.
But it's like when you cook it, it goes all like mushy and soft.
Mushy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's quite sweet actually. Angus is giving me the dirtiest look.
No, I just yeah,
I lived off of sweet potatoes in first year for a bit. I did baked sweet potatoes with sour cream and chive.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Baked sweet potatoes are better than baked normal potatoes, I think.
Yeah.
No, I do agree.
The
It's
texture's a bit better.
Yeah, way
It's
better.
like sweet potato fries or fries. Depends what mood you get me in.
Yeah.
But you feel healthier if you're having a sweet potato fry. Whether if it
Feel
is healthier
happier.
or not
Yeah.
happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I have that little bit of extra money to spend, so I'm going to treat myself
Treat
and
yourself.
upgrade.
Oh yeah.
I mean, ignore the fact that you said you would, if you were a vegetable, you would be a sweet potato, and we are talking about the best ways to cook a sweet potato. Ignore that, but yeah.
Won't be cooking you anytime soon. Don't worry,
Thank
girl.
you.
Don't worry. Yeah. I think
Oh.
just I was thinking about sort of what vegetable I would be.
What would you be?
I don't know. I'd probably be like a sprout.
You would be a
No, I'd probably be like a turnip or something.
turnip.
I don't know what I'd be.
Why would you be a turnip?
Because I'm really weird and I'm just sort of there. I'd
You're
be like
weird
a
and you're
background.
there.
I'd be like an onion. I'd just be in the background.
I was
No.
thinking onion.
Mm.
You do strike
Really?
me a bit of an onion.
A red onion or a white onion?
Probably
Like a brown. Like a
Brown
white onion.
one.
Yeah.
A brown one.
boring, just sort of there.
That is
Regular
so
onion.
untrue.
But of-
Don't put yourself down, girl.
Sort of a part. Is always part of the meal, but it's not like the centerpiece
No,
of the
I
meal.
love onions.
Yeah, onions are
A
great.
good caramelized onion
Mm,
Yeah.
slaps.
that's true.
Yeah.
However, some people don't like onions, which I think is
That's
the weirdest
insane.
thing.
I think that's just they're just doing it for attention.
You know what though? I think it's really weird.
Yeah, it's because they don't really taste of anything.
No, and it brings flavour.
I'm not
to
eating
the
raw
meal.
onions. I'm not eating it like an apple. Like if you don't like that,
I do want to get your opinion on. Sorry for
oh
interrupting.
no,
No.
please.
Pickled onions.
Now, I don't know because at work the other week I tried one out of the little jar,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know. I can't just if I like it or not, because I like pickled beetroot, but it's
Ooh.
two different things.
Yeah.
Like pickled beetroot is like, it's like got a different texture. I think it's the texture for me, but I think I could warm up to it.
See, I'm not a big fan of pickled beet. I'm not a fan of beetroot. So
I like beetroot
What?
when it comes in the salad bags and it's like little sticks of it.
Really, see, I don't like that.
That's the best form
I
of
don't mind
beetroot.
See, is that like raw beetroot though? That's not been cooked because it's
I
hard.
don't know.
it's probably raw. What about you, Becky? What vegetable would you be? If you say fruit, I'm gonna lose it.
See, is a cucumber a fruit or a vegetable?
Don't know.
I think it's a fruit.
It's a fruit because it's got seeds in it.
I can imagine you being a cucumber though.
Really?
Yeah.
I love a cucumber.
cool as
Yeah.
a cucumber.
I could
pretty
wham
cool.
a cucumber. Like, cucumbers are great. You
Cucumbers
could
are great.
have cucumbers and carrots with hummus.
Yes.
Bang.
Yes.
Yeah. Red
I'm
pepper hummus.
New to the hummus game. I
Are
used to
you?
not like it because I thought it just tasted like wood, but now I appreciate that it just tastes
wood.
like wood. And it's
Mushy
like,
wood.
Nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had red pepper hummus?
Yes, I think so.
That bangs. That is the best type of hummus.
when
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
When I was vegetarian, my dad used to make me like hummus sandwiches with like hummus and then what was it
What, like-
spring onions and like cut up vegetables.
Oh,
It was
really?
like a salad
Yes.
sandwich with hummus. It was actually like really nice.
We sell that at we sell hummus and roast vegetable sandwiches, but I don't see the appeal.
No?
But like, no, I don't know why. I don't know, like, we're talking about hummus like we're not students and like we can afford it.
Yeah, like with 40-year-old middle sort of class
Yeah,
people.
middle class
Oh, yeah.
people. It's like,
Hummus.
oh, no, it's not like we don't just go for
I
the
wanna
cheapest,
try
dirtiest
and
option.
Make my own.
Yeah, just with chickpeas.
Yeah.
So that would probably be like
Pretty fun.
cheaper and a lot nicer actually,
Mm.
being able to do that. Yeah, no, but salad sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
A salad sandwich to me has got to be like, I used to make them for my old job for the woman, and she'd have like lettuce, cucumber, tomato, beetroot, salad cream on 2 slices of like thick butter. Thick butter.
What?
I mean,
What?
thick bread.
Pure
That's a
butter.
sandwich.
Just pure butter. Like, she just take a
Wow.
bite out of the
I
knob of
would.
butter. Oh, I could go down so many tangents. I'll be like, have you ever seen that guy who's just eats some butter? Anyway,
Oh no, I know who you mean as well.
They just get a spoon and just eat it out of the tub.
My cousin told me a story once that she did that, like basically an entire tub of pure butter and then threw up.
Yeah, I mean...
It just blows my
Fun
mind.
story.
Like, I just, like... Yeah, I don't know. That's not for me. But what vegetable would I be?
What vegetable would you be?
A cucumber, I think.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know why, though. It's the only reason it would be is because I like cucumber. But cucumbers are a fruit, so...
Do you have a backup vegetable in case cucumber is a fruit?
Do I have a backup vegetable?
Yeah. Like a little pea or something.
A little pea?
A little backup vegetable.
Oh, your peas in the microwave.
Peas in the microwave. Sweet corn in the microwave.
Sweet corn in the microwave.
Yeah, frozen sweet corn. Bang it in a mug, and there's hot water, and then
Wow.
and then you put it in the microwave, and then you press it on for 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then it goes, and
Okay.
then it goes ding, and then it's done.
And then
I'm
you
fully
struggle to
immersed
open
in
it
isn't
this
up.
that-
situation.
Isn't that what everyone does?
No, I don't like peas.
You don't like peas?
Mm.
I like peas. Any frozen vegetable you can put.
I like peas.
Cracking conversation.
I know, right?
This is.
What vegetable would you be?
Oh,
Entertained.
okay. A pea then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for a vegetable medley.
A vegetable medley.
The frozen bags from Tesco that are like a quid.
A little bit of carrot.
What vegetable would you be? I'll be a vegetable medley. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I don't.
Helpful.
Yeah,
It's not like other vegetables.
No, I'm different.
Mm.
All right.
Okay,
So
moving swiftly on. No, you go. I thought we circled right back round to the beginning.
Mm.
Why have you called your company Sprout? I'm so intrigued.
This is going to be such an anticlimax of a question. I just quite like the word
Sprout.
sprout. Because it's like sprout like the vegetable. Really like sprouts the vegetable. Like the first time I tried sprouts the vegetable, I ate loads of them. That's like a famous story in my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fun. But also like sprout is like the little bit of a plant. Like the first little leaf of a plant with a little sprout. You know?
Oh, see, I thought Brussels sprout.
No, I do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I love a Brussels sprout.
Oh.
I like the word. It's a nice word.
Oh,
it looks
okay.
cute. It
Different
sounds
meanings.
cute.
Oh, it is cute. I like it. I think it
nice, yeah.
represents you as a person, though. Small and
you.
cute
Oh,
and
Aw.
growing.
growing
Yeah.
and flourishing into a lovely human being.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
But yeah, what were you going to say, Angus? Sorry.
But I was going to say, going back to vegetable. No. So obviously earlier on you said you sort of started design because in school because it was one of the subjects that you enjoyed doing.
Mm-hmm.
When was it that you sort of you decided that you wanted to be sort of a graphic designer or a freelance graphic designer, like physically or sort of like an online graphic sense?
Probably. I hadn't really done any graphics. I've never technically learned any graphics from like professionals. It's just from when we were doing our logbooks and stuff, and I spent ages making mine look really nice, and I enjoyed that more than I enjoyed like the project that we were doing as part of the product design course. So yeah, I thought maybe I could give it a try, and I do really like it.
That's quite cool though, actually, because your like graphic work is definitely. I would never forget. I've got it written in the notes here. I was thinking last night of like what we could like talk to you about. One of the things was when you did that little animation for
I've done a few.
the Park Hill project.
Yeah.
Is that the one where the stick man walks through
Yeah.
that was sick. And how was that created? We'll have to put it up on our Instagram because it was
some
very
kind
cool.
of Adobe something. I know I've tried to do some animations in Photoshop, but I think I did that one with like the actual animation program, like the stop motion one. Yeah, I did another animation for that group project we did in like first year where we had to do about materials.
Oh my days.
And we
That
split
is
into
going
groups
back.
and we had to do a presentation about materials. My contribution to the group was I'll just do a little animation of the process.
Oh, really?
You do all the research and all the writing and the presenting. I'll make a cute little drawing.
Fair enough.
So it's almost like from then you've kind of got this, like, you know what you want to do sort of
You've got
thing.
skills,
Yeah,
yeah.
you do, yeah. And it's like you found it then almost. Did you do a lot of graphics in school?
No,
No.
not really.
It's something you're very good at as well. And
Thank
something
you.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, because Emily created some of the posters for your networking events.
Yeah, quite a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the TallTales brand as well, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That it started out, didn't it?
That's how
You-
TallTales really came to be itself, really.
and what it
Yeah.
is. Emily's helped you along this journey.
Before that, it was
an honour.
atrocious. It was, I don't remember what it looked. It was it was a car crash. It looked terrible.
It's quite.
I'll try and put it.
So-
It was horrible.
It's quite cool. There's this app called Miro, and for any creators that don't use it, it's a very good platform to put all your work on. We, as project designers, were told about it. Oh, it must have been second year.
It was Carlos.
He when we were doing service design, and he was very all for Miro, and we were a little bit like, oh no, we've got to learn another thing. But actually, it's a good place to put all your work and to see your progress. And what I was getting to there was that you, like, all your progress is on there, so you can see the origin of TallTales on this Miro board, and you can see the progression. It's so sick to what it is now.
You can literally see, like, right from the very beginning. I'm not like bloody what's called Von Trapp. Start at the very beginning. What am I bloody
It's a very
Julie
good place to
Andrews?
start.
Yeah.
I love Julie
Start at the
Andrews.
very beginning.
Hot take: Mary Poppins is better than Sound of Music.
I can
I've never
agree.
seen Mary Poppins.
You've never seen
See-
Mary Poppins?
Mary Poppins is better than Sound of Music. I do agree. Are you trying to look?
I'm trying to look.
Angus is trying to currently look at
Got
his TallTales stuff from the very beginning.
Yeah, we'll just start at the very beginning. So here it's a very good place to start. So it
Wow.
started right there.
So his original logo was just like
Green.
a green. What did you do that on? Paint?
Wow.
It was green. No, it was pink and black, and then it changed to black and pink.
I did like the colours, to be honest.
I did, but
The
also
start-
it's horrible.
Colours were quite good.
It was interesting, but I'm glad it's been changed, and it's definitely much better now.
What, your logo?
I feel like, not to float my own boat, the branding does reflect sort of your vibe
Definitely.
now.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've come full circle green.
Okay.
That classic phrase.
You've come full circle
Full
green.
Circle green.
Like
Wow.
Professor Green. Is he a singer?
He's a rapper.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like from
Go on, Tom.
Cluedo.
Just get my words.
Oh, from Cluedo.
Yeah.
I thought you were from Harry Potter.
Oh.
No, what does
Professor
Professor Green
Sprout.
say?
That is green, yeah. Sprout. It's Prof
Go on,
Green, isn't
sing.
it?
Puff green.
What's it called? Read all about it. I wanna sing.
sing,
I
wanna
wanna shout. Yeah, that one.
I wanna scream till the
Should put that on.
words die.
Listeners, if you
We'll get copyrighted
Yeah,
because
that's
Prof
true.
Green is listening
And
to
that
this.
song, that was a perfect recreation of the song right there.
Yeah.
Exactly what it
Yeah.
sounds like.
he's a major fan of the TallTales podcast.
Yeah. Imagine
Tunes
that
in
was
every
sick.
week.
He is. He's a great fan.
Yeah.
How does being a freelance graphic designer, so working independently, compare to working alongside or adjacent to sort of studying in a department or an environment, like learning in a learning environment?
Right. So how does the placement compare to uni?
Yeah, how does it feel being like a freelancer
It's
as
a
opposed
lot.
to a uni student?
I like it. I get to I'm enjoying the freedom of getting to do like what I want and work on my own projects. Because I'm doing a few things that like I've wanted to do for a while and like I have the time and energy to put into it.
Yeah.
But I do really miss the structure of uni.
Yeah, I agree. I think this year has been a good Because we didn't really get a first year, did we?
No.
I mean, like, and this has been like a good like gap in time almost
Yeah.
to kind of focus on what we want, even though we didn't realise that's what it was going to be about, sort of thing. But it's been like a good year to almost like not de-stress, but like kind of explore other pathways that maybe you want to take in life. So it would be like a good thing to do, like,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's definitely been an opportunity to like breathe and recenter yourself. What
Exactly.
you want to do.
But yeah, the structure, out the window,
Mm-hmm.
gone. Don't
I-
even know.
yeah,
Don't know
I've
what she is. I
worked
don't know
out
who she is.
I sort of need it. I'm not very good at making myself do things
Yeah,
on
no.
time.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely feel that. Like, I have no clue.
It's
Don't know
always
what
good
day
to
it
have a
is.
routine.
It is good to have a
Like,
routine.
even when
yeah.
if you're waking up at the same time every day or something like that, even if it's one thing a day, it's good to sort of
Yeah,
put
that's
yourself in
true.
that.
Because that's what we were talking about on the walk down here. We were
Mm.
talking about alarms,
Yeah. Oh,
And,
how many
yeah.
different arms? Yeah.
how many alarms we have, and what time
Lots.
we wake up. And we all kind of wake up at similar times,
Fairly similar, yeah.
whether we see each other then and there, or whether we see each other about 5 hours down the
Well,
line.
yeah, obviously.
It is a
Emerge from
different
your
question.
cave.
But yeah, it's good to have structure and routine in your life,
Mm.
definitely.
Mm.
And that's something probably this year hasn't given us. But it's definitely given us the breathing space to kind of relax a little bit, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Are we allowed to know any of the little projects that you're working on? For listeners at home, are we allowed to know?
Well, yeah. No, it's just the cards stuff that I've wanted to do for a bit. I'm focusing a lot more on like doing art again, which I
Mhm.
haven't really had time to do in a while.
Yeah.
I did a load over lockdown where I was just drawing and painting, and I really liked that and I miss it. So
Mhm.
I've had time to do that again.
That's good.
I'm focusing on my art Instagram again. I've had the urge recently to buy myself a ukulele. I want to.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's something else I
Yeah.
did in lockdown. We have some at home, and I learned to play a little bit, and I've like been just like feeling like it again.
That's
Right.
so cool. That's like a
So-
little pastime
That's great, yeah.
Yeah.
hobby. I love
Something
that.
so creative to sort of do in your free time.
Yeah.
almost.
You could start a band,
Oh.
or you could just be a solo
Ukulele.
ukulele,
Like Dodie.
ukulist, or whatever they call them.
You cyclist.
Yeah, definitely
You
that. And for people that don't know, what actually is Sprout?
I
What-
don't really know either. It's just like a place. I don't know. It's like a brand that I made for me to put all of my creative endeavors. Yeah. So I've got my cards on there. I'm probably gonna post all my graphics on there.
You could post your ukulele journey on there as well. Like you could,
I
you could. That'd be a
I
pretty
could.
like good little.
If I'm feeling brave.
Yeah, it's definitely like a lot to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But I think in the space that we have and the community that we have as freelancers, I think there's not that many judgmental people
No.
because everyone's putting
No.
themselves out there. So I think everyone's in the same
Yeah,
boat.
it's really nice. It's like a very supportive little
It is.
network.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good network of people to have yourself in and around because you are literally all throwing yourself
Yeah.
at new and different things. And the thing that I found as well, like especially through being on LinkedIn and like looking at other people, everyone is doing different things all the time. Like everyone is always learning, and I
Mhm.
think that's quite like a nice.
Everyone's doing the
nice
same
thing.
thing in there.
It is really
That's
cool.
really
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, ukulele. I'll be
Yeah,
excited.
definitely. It's
We'll have to
fantastic,
get
yeah.
you it when like you're like up and running ukuleleist.
Yes.
Ah!
We'll do like a music
Hopefully.
episode where we all get musicians to come and play like sort of a set of 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
TallTales musical
Yeah,
episode.
that'd be amazing.
Just
That
sing
sounds-
everything.
I'll bring
All of
my
the
triangle.
interviews,
Yeah.
And bass.
Like in Buffy.
I love that.
Well, obviously, this placement year, it didn't start out as the most relaxing year of your
No.
guys' life, did it?
No.
It started
Didn't.
out as...
Not exactly.
Trauma.
Well, I'll let you guys explain the story.
Basically, at the start of the year, we were offered a placement opportunity to work with some companies. Well, in Australia and some in the UK as
Yeah,
well.
mine was in Australia.
So this is mine was in Australia as well. So we were kind of like I don't know how would you we were put with MBA students. These MBA students were based in Australia, and we all had different kind of projects and stuff. Some people had companies in the UK, some people had them abroad. So my company was an innovation centre, which was basically, it was like, oh my gosh, what's the word for it now? I've completely lost it.
Innovation.
No. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it was a small business it was an SME. So these were all SMEs, and we were brought in as designers to be able to help and build up these SMEs.
Yeah.
And we worked along these MBA students.
Angus has a question.
Yes.
For people at home who don't know what an SME is, could you just explain what an SME
Small,
is?
medium enterprise.
Yeah. So they are basically a startup business. So this business that I worked for, they also had other businesses that were starting up within it. So it was like a Russian doll effect.
Oh.
Almost. That's probably the best way to explain it, actually.
Businessception.
Yeah, it was Inception, and it was good. Like, it was good for a while when I worked with the MBA student. Like, and I think going back to structure, I think having that structure of having, for me, and my personal experience, having the lady who I was working with, it was brilliant because she obviously was in Melbourne, Australia, so she was able to get in contact with the company and all of this, and it was very good. And yeah, it was good for a while. And then ties kind of just got cut, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it was like, but the thing is, that experience, coming onto this freelance project, we also had access to the space at Hallam iLab, which for people, if you are Sheffield Hallam goers, then
excellent.
the iLab is a brilliant space for you to be able to go and do your work, and it's like a hidden gem. So I don't know if I'm exposing it and now it's going to be rammed full of people. I don't know, but it is a brilliant space for you to be able to go and do your work. And there's so many amazing mentors and people around. And because it's a space for creative people, you get to network with so many amazing and brilliant people. So you get to build up your rapport. Almost, is that right? The word?
Yeah.
Almost. Your. I don't know. Anyway, your network.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Skills.
Yeah.
Get loads.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
followers
So
on LinkedIn.
being on that Australia freelance placement also then gave us the opportunity to be with all these people and in this big space, and it's also given us the opportunity to be able to work on ourselves as people, work on our skills, work on our graphic skills, whatever you want us to work on, and then also doing little other bits on the side, working as yourself as a freelancer. So yeah, I think it's been an overall positive experience.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it, and it's something that and you
No.
can and the thing is, it's all about building up your portfolio.
Oh, that'll work.
Yay!
So for you to be able to get a job or whatever, it's good to say that you've worked remotely with a client.
Yeah.
And that is something that we can take away from that, and we'll have like lots of little bits of work to say that we've done this, like communication, as well as working with an MBA student, which has also given us more knowledge to the business side of things.
Definitely.
I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm really happy with the work that I did.
Yeah.
when
So
it
am
was
I.
happening.
Yeah. Exactly.
It just didn't last
as
very long.
Exactly, and I think that's the best way. It didn't last as long as we maybe would have anticipated it to.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because
It was a valuable time.
yeah, you've got to make the most out, and it's not a bad situation. You've got to make the most out of some tough
All
situations. All situations,
Hmm.
exactly.
You
That's
say
very
that, but you're
positive.
stuck with me now. So,
Well, yeah, exactly. So I don't know if this is making the best or.
Sort of treading water until something back comes along.
Yes, exactly. Just keeping myself afloat.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're stopping me from drowning.
That
You're
sounds
what?
like a healthy friendship.
Yeah. I'm using you as a buoyancy aid.
Hmm.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, but this year it's been overall good then.
Yeah,
So now you're in the
overall.
placement and so my question. I had a question.
Yeah.
Then I was literally just floundering for a bit. So would you two recommend going on a placement year?
Yeah.
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 Don't.
You go.
Right. I did a gap year actually before coming to uni. But that was meant to be my finding myself growth kind of year, because I didn't feel ready to go to uni.
Yeah.
Straight after A levels, I was very anxious about it, and that was meant to be like a breathing time. But that turned into lockdown. So it didn't really happen as I expected. So this year has been sort of what I wanted that to be, I think. I've done a lot of personal growth this year.
Yeah.
And now I'm where I want to be, like, within myself.
And that's nice to know that, isn't it? It's like nice, it's almost comforting to be able to, like, know where you are in life and you've kind of got your head all screwed on.
Yeah, definitely.
Screwed on together. But yeah, no, I recommend a placement year.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you have the opportunity to take one, I would. Especially with the past COVID years, I think it's just nice to kind of recenter yourself a little bit. But obviously, it's down to personal preference and what your personal life plan is, because for some people it's not what they want to do, and for some people it is. But if you're torn between taking a placement year and not taking a placement year,
might as well do it.
Might as well do it, even if it's the option and if it's that slight thing in your head and you need someone to tell you to do it. That's what we are doing.
Yeah.
We are telling you to take that placement year.
It's a good idea, but also there's a lot of people sort of who just want to not get uni done, but they sort of want to. They don't care about education because, especially a lot of people in our year, especially with COVID, with what happened with us, like just doing all our online things at home. Well, that's where it was. Education's very much it's worn off now
No,
for
that's
them,
true.
and they've had enough that they want to get out of it because it's just they've had enough of it basically.
Yeah. And I think it's paying that money because obviously it is another year of money and uni. So because I think a lot of people are annoyed as well at how long online lectures have been drawn out for. So I think that's definitely pushed people into kind of staying away from it and going, well, I could just get a job, which I think is totally fair enough, and I think is a good thing as well. It's just personal preference. Whatever you want to do.
I totally agree.
Whatever you want to do in life.
Whatever you want to do.
That's so wholesome. How about
everyone has their own path.
Exactly. How about your gap year then? So what did you do? So what year of COVID was that then?
It was like when it started. When did we start uni? 2020.
2020.
Yeah. So it will have been
19 to 20.
Yeah.
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 Because the COVID happened in that March, didn't it, of 2020, and then we came to uni in the September.
Yeah.
That's right. So the back end of your gap year,
September, I'd been like doing not very much. I got a job. I was working at Explore doing tutoring. It started in person. I really loved that. And then that went online, and then it was all just like a bit of a mess.
I think I can agree with that, because we didn't get the end of our school career or whatever, did we?
Yeah, we sort of had to stop. Our school just dropped off, and then we're told for maybe a few days that you still need to revise because you're going to be doing the A levels, and then it just got dropped and it was like, you're definitely not doing A levels now. You've just got like forms off for free.
Yeah,
basically.
We had that. I remember so vividly in my English class. Big up, Miss Anderson. She was like right to the very end. I know there's a video of me and my classmate, and we're sat there, and she's like chatting away. And I think this is January. It's the last day. I think it's the 20th of March, and she's going right. I'm gonna give you this, and this. I want you to complete this coursework because you can't just not do anything, because you need some sort of work to be able to push yourself. Because she was like, it'll probably be like predicted grades or something, or it'll be assessed over what you've done over the year. And I was like, oh no. I was like, oh dear.
Like the other side of that, because my mum's a teacher at a college, so like she had a bunch of people doing maths GCSE that she was teaching, and then like she didn't know what was happening, so she had to, I don't know, try and get them to do as much work as they could.
Exactly.
Before.
I think people have also dropped off at that point, because we were like, well, we don't have prom now, like we don't have any of these leader celebrations, like obviously people hadn't even turned 18 yet, do you know what I mean? So it was like people hadn't even gotten up. Gosh, that's 3 years ago, man. It's so sad. Like it was just like a completely lost day. And then it was like, yeah, that was it. And you're like crying as you're just like leaving school, and you're like, I'll probably never see some of these people ever again.
Yeah.
And it's true. I haven't seen probably most of those people. And then there was one girl in that friendship group, not seen since.
No.
And when I always meet up with friends from home, anyone heard from so and so, and they're like, no, I haven't seen her since the 20th of March,
Really?
2020. Yeah,
I do miss
so weird
school friends because
Yeah.
you just see them every single day. So
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
It was a nice time.
It's like a different comparison, isn't it? Like school friends and then flatmates.
Yeah.
We see each other every day.
We see each other, but we're like a unconventional, I don't know, family.
Yeah.
Conventional family.
Is that right?
Unconventional family.
I think it's
An
fair.
unconventional family. Like we're like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound questionable, but it's a nice thing. I
know what you're gonna
promise.
say. I know what you're gonna say.
It's very messy.
Yes,
I know what you're
It's a
gonna
lot
That
more
is what I was
messy
trying
than
to
school
say.
friends.
Yeah.
School friends feels very put together and
Very
you see them
structured.
during the day. Yeah, exactly. Very structured, and you just see them, and you're all like always awake and at school
Yeah,
and doing stuff. And
exactly.
then when I'm living with my friends now, like with you guys, it's just in your pajamas in the living room.
In the room, we are
hungover.
hungover.
Yeah.
We have the odd side characters come in. Tom. Who's been main character. Sorry, main character.
Yeah,
Tom.
come on, guys. God.
Yeah. Who there's just like
It's messy in a good way.
it is messy
Yeah.
in a good way,
It's
and you know what?
like
I wouldn't have it any other way. I
Chaos,
don't
but
think.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm.
The amount of grey hairs it brings to people, I don't think we are very lucky to have the friends that we do,
Yeah.
and I think that is very wholesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's very nice. And it'll be sad when it's all over, but we won't get into that because we'll all
Let's
start.
not think about it.
We'll all start crying.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, going back to the last day. Have I told you guys the story of my last day at secondary school?
I'm not sure.
So, in the last week, like when we knew we were going to end for COVID, some people like rung a 5L sometimes. I think it happened twice in that last week.
Right.
And we get annoyed because we were like, oh, everyone has to go to the field, even though everyone knew it was a drill. I bet the 5L, fire alarm. But we still had to do it because it might be fire. And then on the last day, in the last period, we were like halfway through drama, and we were all like really not emotional, but we were fairly emotional.
I was so emotional leaving school, and that was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
all
so was I.
to plan. Like
Yeah.
it didn't get cut short for
It was
me.
so annoying.
I
like-
can't imagine it just getting plucked away.
Well, picture this. You're in your
Picture it.
final period.
Yeah.
You know you're never ever going to school again. Prom's almost certainly going to be cancelled.
Yeah.
You've got maybe half an hour left. 5 bell goes off.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd be
So we had to go-
fuming,
you
wouldn't
could just
you?
go to the field and see everyone.
We did that.
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
true.
Run around.
But as soon as everyone lined up, they said like, right, you guys go home.
That's mad.
Oh.
Oh,
Go home.
wow.
That's really sad, actually.
So we just went to
That's-
drama,
yeah.
got bag, walked home. That was it.
That's
That
mad.
was
That's
how my
really
school ended.
sad.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, we didn't have that. We had just like, everyone was crying. We were just, no one did anything apart from that one English lesson. Our product teacher was still trying to be like, come on girls. We were like, no, no, not at all. And we were just all like writing in like, we had Leavers books. Leavers books were already luckily printed.
Oh,
So we were
Must
like,
be nice.
because
Signing things.
signing things.
Nice.
And I remember me and my friend group on like, because we went and sat in like our form room. I think the room was S14. We went and sat in there, and we were all just crying. And there was a Sharpie. I was like, you know what? Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go write. So I wrote on the skirting board underneath the computer desks all our names.
Yeah.
And like, oh, it was so for a film.
Oh yeah, you told me this
I was
story. It sounds
telling
like a
you
like, season finale of like a TV show.
Yeah, we were.
It does
There's
sound
just
like
this
a TV
video
show.
like of me like on the floor like writing all like our initials on this like bit of wood, in this Sharpie, and we were all just like crying and just like, oh, I love you so much. Oh, I'll never see you again. And then but there's a video leaving the classroom and like, oh, just tears, straight tears. It was horrible. It was
It's just sad,
it
isn't
was
it?
really horrible. But yeah, I don't know. But I look at people now, and I'm just like, you're lucky you get your leavers.
The thing is, you always forget how like great school was, because
Yeah.
at the time you just sort of think like, oh, I have to do this every single day, but like you miss it so much
Yeah.
because
I
you're there
really liked
every day.
school.
Yeah, it's sixth form especially. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
'Cause
School
it was
was
just so
good.
freeing and like. It was
Yeah,
just nice.
sixth form was good. Sixth form was good.
Like, imagine, right, if Corona was only 2 weeks long like we thought it was going to be, and exams had been cancelled, but we got to finish school.
That would've
Yeah.
been cool.
That would have been so good.
That would have been so
Imagine.
good. Instead of just like being stuck in our houses.
Online school.
Online school.
Oh
Yeah, see,
my
we didn't
God.
even have that. Like, we didn't have anything.
Really?
Like, I remember, like, I had a boyfriend at the time, and we were like, oh yeah, right, you can come over at the weekend then, because, you know, and then you can stay because we don't have school and we'll be able to see each other. No one was able to see each other. Like,
Yeah.
it was just so weird. And then I was a key worker in like a shop, so that was it. Like, bam, I was like, on that Monday or whatever, I was working full time for the whole like all the way up until September.
Really?
Like in the 7 days a week. Like, and it was rare that I'd get a day off, because it was just like, and I just wish, you know, that would have been the ideal scenario, you know.
What do you think of people who have, like, nostalgia for the first lockdown? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people say, oh, I missed that. It was but I get where they're
I
coming
was
from.
mentally unwell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it was-
Yeah.
there's that side of it, yeah.
No, it was
rough.
I think because I look at some of it where like I was in the field with my mates, you know, like
Yeah.
drinking and such and stuff like that. But I think the nostalgia is cringe. Is the music, and is the sounds that come from it. It's like, I know.
Yeah, bit of
I'm
Ben
just
A,
a
Super
loser
Lonely.
that have been with you.
It was because look, the
Yes,
weather was
Yeah.
peng.
That was good.
We had no responsibilities essentially.
No responsibility.
All your dads and mums were baking bread and shite. Like,
I am the whipped coffee.
yeah, that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that stuff was good.
That was
I'm like,
good. Do you
yeah,
wanna
that
try
was
it again?
yeah.
We'll make it.
Let's do
Yeah.
it later.
Was that when
We'll get
TikTok
that.
started? Like,
Mm.
properly.
That's when it like went
It was
mental.
when it went mad.
Yeah.
Because people just had nothing. Because the whole world
Yeah.
had literally gone
Stood
into
still,
shutdown.
yeah.
So TikTok it is.
Exactly, and I think that's partly where the nostalgia
I
comes
was
from.
going to talk about that earlier, actually. I'm trying to, like, cut down on my TikTok usage. And that's going back way back into a different conversation. Doing all of the different, like, creative things, I think is really helping me cut down on my screen time.
Yeah,
Yeah, by a lot, and it's good. And I feel a lot better
because
about
you've cut
myself
down
because I'm not just sitting there
Yeah.
scrolling for
Mm.
hours.
and just aimlessly like scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a good thing. And I think going back to another conversation, that's also good while we live with a lot of people, because we're always doing things, we're not necessarily on our
Yeah.
phones as much.
Going back to another conversation. If you were a vegetable, what kind of vegetable would you be?
An orange.
Is a cucumber a fruit or a vegetable? But yeah, no, lockdown. Going back to another conversation, lockdown. It was definitely it's like a weird life experience that we will never ever go through again.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Fingers crossed.
Christ.
But that is like the weird. It's just the weirdest
That was the
thought.
weird.
It's just a weird that the
I've
whole
sort of
world shut
blocked
down.
out of my brain.
I think everyone has, because like no one really thinks about it anymore.
No.
Like
No.
it's sort of almost been paved under.
It's
Yeah.
because there wasn't really like a significant end to it. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
It ended,
Fizzed out,
and
yeah.
life was normal again at some point
Yeah.
in the last couple of years. Don't know when it was, but it was just normal again.
Bizarre.
Bit
I
like
know
secondary
at
school
some
as well.
point it's just gone back to normal, hasn't it? It's
Yeah.
just like, but it's a thing that we can all relate to and we can all talk about. We all had an experience like during lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone
It
went
was
through it.
rubbish for everyone.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It was doing the same walk 1,000 times.
Oh.
It was weird when you were only allowed out for 30 minutes to
Yeah.
go for
Yeah.
a walk.
Queuing up in massive queues to go to Tesco.
That is one of the things.
Actually, the
that's
whole
just-
car park filled with people
Yeah.
trying to get to Tesco. Ridiculous.
The most rebellious thing I did in lockdown was going for that walk in the peaks with you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that in lockdown time?
Yeah, that's when. Well, I don't know. It
was like social.
Was that,
in
like,
bubbles.
COVID
first year
times. It's when
lockdown?
you weren't allowed
yeah.
like more than 6 people or something.
Oh, yeah.
And we had more than 6 people on our walk.
Ooh,
yeah.
no. God, I'm going to call the
That's-
police on you guys.
I think you could get arrested for stuff now.
What, for that stuff?
Well, it's like-
if you told the police, I went on a walk with 7 people in lockdown,
Yeah.
take me in, officer.
I think they'll go, respectfully, I don't
yeah,
care.
we don't care anymore, mate.
I
Just
don't
walk
get
up to
paid
someone in the
enough.
street and go, "Oh, I did this."
I had a haircut a week before I was allowed to have a haircut.
What?
You're in like
Whoa,
a confessional
no
booth at a
way.
church. Priest,
It was really, really
forgive me for my
weird.
sins.
Because I had to go around the back of the hairdressers. Like, so it looked like the front was obviously like the hairdressers. The back was like a
So like you were like
half a house.
dealing drugs or something. Yeah.
It felt really sketchy, and I remember thinking, I'm going to get like trafficked or murdered.
I'm going to
And then
get
the guy
done.
said, come this way. And then he walked me into the barber shop and he was like, yeah, the lights are turned off because we can't have the lights on.
Oh my
my
god,
God.
that is dodgy.
Yeah.
What the
That
fuck?
And then he
is
was like,
dodgy.
right, so what you wanting? And I was like, shut
How
back in
good
size,
was the
please.
haircut?
It was a pretty good haircut.
Yeah, in the dark.
Oh my God.
But also the
Impressive.
blinds were on the front of the shop because they couldn't have anyone looking in.
Was it like
Mm.
blackout blinds?
It wasn't black. Thankfully, it wasn't
Oh,
black
I
out.
can imagine.
But it was a bit sketchy.
I'm imagining the bit from Knives Out, when she goes into the abandoned place.
Oh yeah, it was a bit like that actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should say that because that might be illegal.
Mm.
So maybe we should
It's
cut
alright.
this out. But
If any PCSOs or police officers are listening,
Yeah.
Angus Spencer, I can tell you his address. I do want some money for it though. There's a ransom.
yeah, don't please don't arrest me.
So, Emily,
So,
there is a segment on this podcast
oh yeah.
that has come about quite quickly, which is called Becky the Stranger.
Mm.
Okay. I'm going to present to you a scenario,
Okay.
and this scenario involves money.
Money.
And I'll then ask you the question, okay?
All right.
So imagine yourself.
Imagining.
Go back to the first year days of Pinnacles.
Oh.
You
What a
know,
lovely place.
those great days.
Yeah.
Big up Pin Dogs.
My dirty kitchen.
You were. That's where I'm going.
Oh no.
I let myself into your block. I don't know what block you are. And
Big.
I B
Two.
block, and I rock up and I go. You're sat in your kitchen. There are plates piled high,
Mm.
dirty stuff everywhere. Just imagine it.
Bread
It's
that's alive.
bread that's alive and walking. There's pots of just things of soup and mold and
Yeah.
grossness, and you're sat on the side
Mm.
beside yourself. Sorry, you're like, how did I get into the situation where I live with these people that are just setting my fridge on fire and
Yeah. Good times.
there's flies everywhere, you know.
Right.
I'm
so
in a bowler hat.
imagining. You're in a bowler hat.
Yeah, I've got a long coat on. I've got some like meatloaf and makeup looking on,
Wow.
you know, that guy.
That guy.
My question is to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I gave you £10 billion,
10
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
billion.
Well, that fee's gone up
5
massively.
billion.
Bloody hell. Inflation much. Jesus Christ.
I'll take it.
if I gave you £5 billion,
Yes.
what passion project would you work on and why?
Right. I think for a while I've wanted to. Well, I've always been very not always. I've always been since I was a tiny child. No. For a bit, I've been very interested in props and set design for films and like TV, mainly Doctor Who. Being honest, yeah, like imagine just being the person that designs the Sonic,
Great show.
That is sick,
Oh, yeah,
actually.
Oh,
or
cool.
like that puts together the new TARDIS.
So, with like your $5 billion, would you pay your shelves to be in that shoes?
Sorry?
Be in those shoes?
Yourself to be in those shoes.
Would you pay them to be in their shoes?
I would spend lots of money to get that job.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then they can pay me lots of money to do the job.
That's pretty cool. I love that.
Thank you.
I like that answer. Because you're a
Thank you
big
very
Doctor Who
much.
fan, aren't you?
Yes.
And you're also a big fan of something else.
Oh,
Great segue.
this is the quiz.
Taylor Swift.
Ah!
I'm excited.
But you two are getting involved
Yeah.
as well.
Yes. Let's go.
So, because we can't play music on here, I am going to hum
Oh,
some Taylor Swift songs.
very excited.
I mean, you're talking to two massive Taylor Swift two Taylor Swift fans and me, so I think you know what's going to happen.
This is what's going to make it interesting.
Mm.
So,
If you get any before us, it's going to be very embarrassing.
it is going to be
I mean,
very
don't worry,
embarrassing.
I won't.
I've got 10 Taylor Swift songs,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to hum the songs. And I want you to give me the name and
The album?
The artist.
the artist. Wait, yeah, that doesn't work.
Just the name of the song.
Just the name of the song.
The name of the song.
The name of the artist. Well, I've got one.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you've all got to have buzzers. So we'll start
Oh.
with Angus. What's your buzzer sound going to be? Tom? Emily?
Ah!
Okay, lovely stuff. So I shall start. My mind is going to go blank because I cannot remember
So's mine.
how these songs go.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Fuck.
Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift.
1 point to Emily. Why can't I edit the Google document? Okay. Next song.
Mm.
Fuck.
Ah!
Angus!
Bad Blood by Taylor Swift.
Yes. Wow, good job.
Well done. Proud of you.
I was about to say Royals by.
Lord.
Next one.
22.
Yes.
Ah!
Wow.
Come on.
At the minute,
Come on.
1 point for each person.
Oh, it's tense.
Next song.
Ah!
Emily.
Cardigan.
Oh,
by
yeah,
Taylor
I was
Swift.
literally about to. It was there. It was in my head.
I'll
That's a
fight
favourite
you,
one.
Tom.
I'll fight you from across the table.
Yeah.
Now I need to go on Spotify because I only listed 4 songs. This is me being unprepared. Unprepared?
Unprepared.
Unprepared.
Ah! Ah! I don't. I can't. Ah! Style.
Yeah.
That took me so long.
3 points to
By
Emily.
Taylor Swift.
1 to Angus and 1 to Tom. That is correct. By Taylor Swift.
Wait, no. Ignore
Tom?
me.
Tom, give us an answer, girl.
I thought it was Bad Blood again, but it's already been said.
Wrong. I'll start again.
Oh,
Oh,
Need to calm down.
Yeah.
That's my favourite album.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lover.
Yes.
Lover.
Wow.
Angus, you can pull this back, girl.
I can't.
Are you, are you ready?
So ready.
No.
I was born ready.
Next one.
Ah!
Emily.
Don't blame me. Taylor
Yeah.
I wanted to swear so bad then I was going to scream so many expletives.
Swift. Sorry.
So 7 songs down. The scoreboards at the minute are 4 points to Emily,
Woo.
2 to Tom, and 1 to Angus.
Why have you done it like that? You've just done one. Why don't you write 4?
It's a tally.
It's a tally, Angus. Thank you, Emily.
Even I know that. I can't see our phone.
There are 3 more questions. Don't look at my phone. That's
I'm not
cheating,
looking. I've
Angus.
just been looking away, even though your phone is so close to me.
You should be able to get this one.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Shake It Off
Oh.
by Taylor Swift.
Yeah!
'Cause they're playing-
Tom and Angus are tied.
Damn.
2 more questions. Can Tom or Angus bring it back?
Imagine one of us draws. That'd be crazy.
That'd be
That is
cool.
the question.
Especially if it was me.
Yeah.
Okay. The next song is... 1 second, I need to think. Do one. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Ah! Is it Gorgeous?
Yeah!
Oh my god, that's so annoying. That's one of my favourites.
By Taylor Swift.
Also
one of mine. It's a
It's
very
great.
good song.
Great.
So, Angus and Tom are still drawing, and there's one song
What are
left.
they drawing?
Yeah.
Funny little joke.
Okay, my final song is.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yay! And with that,
Thank
Emily
you.
wins.
Very much.
1, 2, 3,
That was
4, 5,
brilliant.
6.
I enjoyed that a
6
lot.
points
Christ.
overall. Tom and Angus drew.
Wow.
That's good.
Thank
well
you.
done, Emily.
Thank you very much, Becky.
And you win happiness
Woo!
and pride that you won.
Thank you. I'll take it with me always.
Me and Tom have just got to shake it off.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Whoa.
I'm a fan. What can I say?
So, I think I have one more question for you.
Yes.
How can listeners support you in your work? So, if you want to plug yourself, go for it right now. Put your links, say your
Yes,
things,
my links.
whatever you want to do. Put yourself out there, girl.
Right. I have lots of Instagram accounts. Okay. So if you want to see my art, follow art with 3 T's _ Emily on Instagram. If you want to see my designs, which I haven't posted any of yet, you can follow emilyjohnson.designs on Instagram. And then if you want to see all of whatever's happening on Sprout, you can follow this.is.sprout on Instagram.
Amazing.
And please trust us. We might just be random people talking in your ear holes, but please go and follow those accounts because she's incredible at illustrations and animation design. Please go and follow her.
Go and support Emily as you've been amazing this week. So
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you
For
so
having
much.
me.
You've been really good.
This was fun.
thank
Yeah,
you
no,
for
so
coming on.
go and show Emily your love and support, and we'll put her links in the YouTube descriptions as well. And yeah, thank you
Cheers,
so
guys.
much for coming.
Thank you.
And yeah, and this
Has
been
the
the TallTales podcast.